Hello everyone, my name is Lauren Flittis. I am a librarian here at San Antonio Public Library, and today we're going to do a craft. We're going to use recycled CDs and DVDs to make some mosaic art. And what you're seeing right now is just some examples of some of the things that people have done with this type of craft. As you can tell, it looks really good. You can get a range of colors. I think it really depends on the CD or DVD that you get. So when you're actually choosing the CDs or DVDs that you're going to use for your mosaic tiles, then you'll want to pay attention to the color. So this is a type of picture or pattern. So normally people use small colored pieces of hard material. So usually it's stone or tile or glass. This is something that you see in a lot of ancient Greek and Roman art and also in other places. So here we have our ingredients list. Of course, we have the tray that we are using that we are going to be embellishing. Of course, you don't have to just use a tray. You can use a box, you can use a mirror, you can even do a wall. It's really up to your own personal tastes and your own imagination. What we do need though is we do need enough CDs or DVDs to make the mosaic tiles. And so I have about, I would say about 8 here. I know that they recommend sometimes 8 to 10. I think it really just depends on the size of the object that you are going to be embellishing. You definitely need a pair of scissors, which is pretty important. And then also as an optional touch, if you'd like to buy either varnish or like a liquid epoxy, I know if you're doing a tray mosaic, that is something that's recommended. This is Envirotex Pour On. So it's 8 ounces. You may need less, you may need more. Really just depends on your project. And then the other thing that we need would be hot glue gun. So it would be your hot glue gun and then also your hot glue sticks. So one thing that I wanted to point out is when you're using CDs and DVDs, some of them are a little better to use than others. If you find a CD or DVD that looks like this, where it has a hard cover kind of top, these are a lot easier to cut. Just to show you the difference, if you cut them, they may crack a little bit, but they still have the inside shiny part that's protected. So the film is there, there's no problem. With some of these other ones, they actually will fall apart, and here's a couple of failed pieces. And just to kind of show you what that looks like, and actually this one may work since it seems to have an extra layer. No, there it goes. Okay, so with these, when you cut, you may actually see some ripping in here. You might be able to patch this up. If you're not careful, the silver part can come off. Some folks use a blowtorch to try to fix this problem. I myself was attempting to use clear nail polish. It didn't work as well, and so I finally gave up, and I ended up using these types of CDs and DVDs instead. So just a word of warning. So here's what the finished tray looks like with the pieces put in with hot glue. Of course, hot glue sometimes will have little strings, so you want to go through and make sure that those are all swept away. It's still a bit uneven. If you put your hand on the surface, there's still some spots. That's our mock grout. Of course, if they're big spots, you can cut even smaller pieces to make it look neater and more filled in. But what we can do is, at this point, we can proceed to the optional next step would be to make this Envirotex light pour on finish to smooth out the surface of the tray. I think I'm going to leave this alone for myself because I think I'm going to actually put it on the wall and hang it up. So I may even add some little extra pieces where the gaps are a little bit too big. But again, you can make this as fancy as you'd like or as plain as you'd like. So I want to thank you for coming to see this craft. Hopefully you'll be able to make a beautiful embellished CD recycled mosaic of your own.